Tua now on first down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Yellow, go.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. First play's a run with Nwangu. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Play action. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And got his man complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Another run now for Nwangu. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Handoff right side, Nwangu. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota. Joseph's got it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to pass. Tua. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Let's get off the field. He's coming.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Rolling to his right. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick-6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick-6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick-6, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Play action now. Cousins. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Vikings on 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. Down at the 25.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. On the give is Nwangu, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Joseph is good. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. From the 6. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting to run it.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line, out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he would...
And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And some space here. The 40. Past the 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 65 yards. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Cousins. He'll fire it deep for Reagor. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jalen Reagor, his first touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Eluding the pressure right, and seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. In motion goes the tight end. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And this time he is in. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. It's a run with Mostert. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll go right back to Nwangu. And some room to work. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Give left side here for Nwangu. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And a short gain down to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Being chased out left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Joseph's got it, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete here to Waller. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team, but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
89 yards rushing now from Mostert as he picks up a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Check safety.
Ready, go. Ready, go.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he's got room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Cousins. He's got Rager, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as you understand where they are on the field?
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Cousins to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. To throw is Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Tagovailoa looking to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And we're inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you, because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What